Hello, my name is Joseph Rory and I'm with the Marion C. Metz School of Common Law. Today's lesson will be We the Lexicographers, not We the People. I want to put a strain on your mind to at least think this out. Don't pause to go away, but pause to think. If we formed one form of government, and lexicographers comes in later and reroutes you to think of another form of government while they kept you happily believing that you're following the trend of your patrons, your forefathers, like Madison, Adams, Patrick Henry, etc. When in reality it would be a whole new language compared. I mean, this is not just a one or two word changeover. And for those that have not went in to the video on the Merriam-Webster conspiracy, there's several of them, so they could be split up for you. It's going to be important to you whether you think so or not. Sometimes I don't know what you do. You say you can't make a horse drink its water after you've led them there. That may be true. Maybe you got curious and got on this video just a second or two and left. And I'm not talking to you anymore. But for those that's interested, your country that you think is the government established by that Constitution written in 1787, and the words and meanings that it had back then is so different. And it would be important to you to understand that this is what makes a language. If you can't have a discipline of understanding every time a word is used, and a word may mean something different the next day I use it, we're going to all have a problem. And I'll have a problem with you. We would never be able to fully communicate. The lexicographers has changed your America. Not the voting of the sentence. They used them because they also were deceived by your lexicographers. We, the lexicographers, do ordain our definitions for our domestic tranquilities and for our peace, etc., etc. Because your government, as you see it today, is being created by lexicography, not by ratification. There's been no ratification of federal being changed to be what it means today. You won't find an amendment in there amending federal. Now, however, the word federal is only known as the type of government. It's not, the word itself is not in that Constitution. But the word state is, and we don't have an amendment, and never have had an amendment, at least one that they've told us about, that has changed these words, which is the only way you can change the Constitution, is the word state, Congress, e pluribus unum, union, united. All of these words were collectively put together to form a new animal total, and you're going by. So is it really we the people? No, it is not we the people that has established this government. Now, we the people very well played a big part in that original. But through lexicography, and you can check it for yourself, I'm going to be in the future, if I only get 200 hits, I'm going to rant and rave anyway. How's that? You know, I'm not losing my country, and I'm not going down. I'm more of a patriot than anybody that thinks they can go fly on a plane to go land in someone else's country and shoot them up over some kind of cause. I'm a patriot for America only. I'm not trying to fight for the north or east of any of these countries or try to save them from their governments, because it's not my job to, and it's neither Congress's or anybody over here's job to. But through modern lexicography, through the wordplay of the changes that has taken place, we don't even have a government we can put our fingers on and say this is our government. We overdefine democracy. We know that democracy has some play into our Constitution, but some is the word. A pure democracy is evil and corrupt, and there's no way anybody can really live with a pure democracy if it comes down to vital issues that we will really dislike or not like, and we're stuck with having to eat cream of sauerkraut soup because the rest of the group, the majority said they want cream of sauerkraut soup, and the others of us wanted, steak and gravy. Well, our government was democratic in practice to a certain point, but then we entered some intervening parts in it, which you had to go by not giving up God's rights that He give you. You can't get involved with these kind of things. So that way, a minority that doesn't get the elective amount in, they're sure not going to lose any rights or liberty. So if they sort of lose a plan of how the jury is selected or how the legislation of the state plays in, there will be no legislation against your rights or liberty. But the lexicographers, and as I showed in one of the earlier videos, even played with the word liberty and diminished it down to hardly anything. So if the words they use today, like liberty and rights, what do the new government, this criminal government, have to say to you if they're working on false information themselves and they're going to present to you what they want you to know? I wouldn't put it past that they know this. I mean, this is not like it's a mystery. It's just been kept from being you until I discovered it through another person, and I wanted to get it out here. But this lexicography thing is getting old. It's time to set the record straight that they are not reliable. You cannot rely on a dictionary, on words like what is a tree, a bush, a pond, or a lake, trying to make sure there's distinguished beliefs and understanding between what's the difference in a pond and a lake, when does a pond become a lake, so much water volume, etc., what's the difference in a bush and a tree, etc. We can probably rely on some dictionaries for that purpose, and probably only for those types of purposes. But when it comes to politics, when it comes to defining a formation of words that would form a government, they are without honor. They are totally to be dishonored. So this is my intentions here is to expose this. If you want to do this, it's pretty simple to go find you the 63 and 64 dictionaries. It might be hard in the sense of getting them, but the effort would be worth it for you to go back. You don't have to have the 63. I mean, if you found a 62 or 60 or 59, 1859 or something, it's all the same. What tiny changes they made from there definitely didn't alter the actual definition. Maybe a rewording, but I've checked on a lot of it. There's no changes, not like this. You might be able to do a better presentation than me. I'm saying this, it's probably the second time I've already made that clear. I am not Mr. Know-it-all or Mr. Genius. I'm one of you. I'm down there. In fact, I only have a high school graduation to prove that I got any kind of education. And trust me, I don't honor that. I realize, boy, did they have me, and did they teach me only what they wanted me to teach, and help me avoid what I didn't need to run into. But, God would have it. I've read into this stuff, and I've at least tried to get it to you. Now, if you can get on the wagon and start pushing this, not only does this lexicography problem be enlightened to everybody, it becomes a whole new issue in any court. If there's any lawyers out there that's got any real genuine righteousness in them to want the real truth out, well, there you go. You want to change the way that the courts has been ruling, making decisions. It goes all the way down. It trickles all the way down to you. You're stuck with these judges using these definitions, the falsified definitions, defining what kind of government we got, what kind of limitations on rights and U.S. citizenship type things that we'll get into on the 14th Amendment. But right now, I want to express to you that we are not we the people. We just love those words, and they allow us to use it. It's great. We feel good that, hey, we the people, it's us. Well, when you look at the Constitution, it started off, we the people of the states. But and they actually listed the states there. It wasn't just we the people. It got turned down by listing all the states. So it wasn't we the states of Massachusetts, New York, etc. They cut all that out when they realized that what if some states didn't ratify, and they never did ratify, well, how would they be stuck in the preamble? So that's why it got broke down to we the people. That way it was a generic form, and that's how it landed. But we did have a play in it because we sent our legislatures up there. Now, lexicography has what we got now. What this guy says in 63 and what the same staff says in 64. And thereafter, that's where you're at. You're in the thereafter. And you received a new form of government, all through the dictionary. Not through ratification, not through legislation, not through we the people, but we the lexicographers. We the lexicographers, new ordained. And they have ordained this new government that you are under. So, if you got any questions, email me at dueprocessexplained@gmail.com. I want to hear from you because I would rather answer questions. I'm not very good at just coming up with a video. I'm shooting a few of them out, and I'm hoping it works. I know that there's millions, times millions for that matter, out there that could easily do a better job than me in presenting this. And that's fine. I hope you would jump on this, receive the information, and do a professional forum that people will listen to. In the meantime, God bless you until Shalom comes.